This is Insight to Sea with Natalie Walker.
Hi, I'm Natalie Walker with Insight to Sea. I'm here at the Justice for All Ball with the Black Institute. Hi, I'm Natalie Walker. I'm with Insight to Sea, and I am here with Bertha Lewis. Would you like to introduce yourself and tell us about your organization?
Well, hi, Natalie. I'm so happy to be on Insight to Sea. Thank you very much. I'm Bertha Lewis. I'm the founder and the president of the Black Institute.
Can you tell us a little bit about the Black Institute?
Well, the Black Institute is what we call an action tank. We are a think tank that takes action. Our focus is on Black people and people of color here in the U.S. and throughout the diaspora. And our purpose and our mission is to make sure that Black people are taken seriously and that our issues are addressed.
That's wonderful, and I completely understand that. Now let me ask you about the ball today. Can you tell us Justice for All Ball? Do you want to talk about it?
It is our 8th annual Justice for All Ball, so we're all ballers for justice. And tonight is spectacular. We have a host of honorees who've been on the forefront of social justice. We have the publisher of the Amsterdam News, Eleanor Tatum. And Amsterdam News has been an institution right here in Harlem. We also have Kevany, who is a young millennial who's doing work for foster child. My song, The General, of course, he's the rapper who's woke. But we're also honoring Gloria Middleton, the first African-American president of the Communication Workers of America, Local 1180, and our Person of the Year, Lou Zuckman, who was an original freedom rider. So tonight we're honoring them, plus we're having a special musical presentation about the 1961 Freedom Riders.
Oh, that is beautiful. That is so exciting. Anyone that doesn't know your history, look it up, read about it, and I would also encourage you to get in touch with the Black Institute so that we can also be people of action, so that we can stand together. All of us, it doesn't matter what age you are, whatever, we're going to get together and do this.
That's right.
I love this. I love it. I love it.
Thank you for coming, and follow us on Twitter, Facebook us, or go to our website, theblackinstitute.org.
Blackinstitute.org. We're going to do that. Thank you so much. Hi, I'm Natalie Walker with Insight to Sea, and we're here with the Justice for All Ball, and we have Kevany with #FosterCare.
Hi.
Kevany, please tell us a little bit about your organization.
Okay, so I started #FosterCare in 2015, actually in New York. I'm from Cleveland, but I started the organization here on 9/11, and I know that 9/11 is synonymous for a whole bunch of turmoil, but I actually started this campaign at Cantor Fitzgerald's firm on Big Charity Day. And so I was invited to this event by DMC, who was also adopted. I grew up in the foster care system, and I wanted to make foster care cool, because it's really embarrassing to say that you're a foster child. And so I thought if I could engage celebrities and elected officials in the plights of foster youth, that slowly but surely we could change the system. The foster care system is a $26 billion industry. It generates a lot of money. And in my city, when you age out of foster care, you're given a welfare application and priority housing into low-income housing, AKA the projects. So we're automatically dooming foster kids of color to poverty.
So, do you do anything to help those foster kids that are coming out? Is there something, does your organization help in some way, like maybe getting them into schools or different things like that?
So our help is actually case by case. Recently, we had a set of twins who lost their their father could not get custody of them because he was a felon. So that's one challenge. If you have a felony, you can't get your kids back, which is so slavery. Right. And in addition to that, they hadn't saw their mom since they were 7 years old. So me and my followers are actually helping them with prom, helping them with their graduation fees, helping them take senior pictures, helping them with college. I've also helped young ladies who were homeless and need a place to stay. I've gotten them housed within 3 days with the help of Instagram. So a lot of my support actually comes from my followers. They sow into the organization. We are not grant funded. A lot of it I do with my own capital because I want to be in control 100% of the organization.
So please tell us how, this is in Cleveland, I would guess, how would someone like in New York help?
Oh no, it's not in Cleveland.
Okay.
It's not just Cleveland. So I'm from Cleveland, but this organization has actually touched as far as Peru because there's nowhere in the world you can go that there's not a foster child. Right? So even if we go to Africa, there's someone there who's living in an orphanage. So if they are on social media, the best way to get in contact with us is to follow #fostercare, and you're spelling out the word hashtag and then foster care. And that's pretty much it. I am not good on Facebook, so please do not waste your time because it's very valuable. But Instagram is really the bulk of where everything is at. And then if they go to Instagram, they'll also be able to see my email address in the link, and they can just email me.
Oh, okay. So they can go to your Instagram, and that's hashtag, spelled out, #fostercare, and your email is in it. Her email is in there. Is there anything that you would like to say? Yes.
Absolutely. So May is National Foster Care Month. That is a very, very big deal, and I bet you didn't know that, but just in case you didn't, I just told you. And November is National Adoption Month. And you know what? I actually have someone here who has a web series for foster kids that is from Brooklyn. So she should come over and say something too. Get
Yes,
over
please.
Too bad. Go ahead. And she's wearing one of my shirts.
Oh, hi. What's your name? I'm Natalie Walker. I'm with Insight to See.
Kayla Duenas here as her guest. I was in no way going to do this. But yes, my son is starring in a web series starting in July 27th, and it's called Facts of Life web series. So
And where would you find that?
on YouTube, Facts of Life web series, or factsoifwebseries.com.
Okay, great. And what is the web series about?
It's based on foster kid himself. He's divorced, separated from his wife, has kids of his own, wants to give back and help, takes in 4 kids that their parents are fighting the system, trying to get their kids back. So he shelters them, and they learn about brotherhood, and that family comes in all different forms. So
That's
Thank
so
you.
great. Thank you so much. Thank you for letting us we just dragged her in. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. She did it. It wasn't me.
But you know what? That's exactly what I wanted my movement to do, is to be able to engage a new set of eyes. I think part of what the barriers are in the foster care system is that nonprofits don't do business with one another, because it's like Wendy's, Popeyes, and Burger King. But for me, I wanted to create something where there is some synergy and everyone has an opportunity to be a winner. It wasn't. If it's $26 billion that's being generated for foster care, how is it that kids of color are leaving in poverty? That's because the nonprofits have made a business out of it. And if we're going to make a business out of it, then it should be a platform for everybody to have a win-win situation.
That's really great information there. Is there anything that we can do on that end of it to help you with that?
You know what? I would love to continue to come back to New York, have some fundraisers, because like I said, I do not get grants because they cannot run me, okay? Grants mean they run you. I would love to, like I said, have a ton of fundraisers here, but more importantly, engaging the people of New York in the plights of foster youth. There's so many celebrities that have come from here, and actually the Sean Carter Foundation and Rock Nation is one of those, 2 of those companies that have actually sold into foster kids in our city. So you guys have a ton of support here. Let's leverage it.
Yes. That sounds great. I hope everyone really heard that. And if you know how to get her, it's #fostercare, and we're spelling out hashtag. And so I just want to thank you so much. And we're going to talk more.
Okay.
I just want to thank you so much for coming and spending time. And thank your friend so much for coming and spending the time. And thank you so much. I won't keep you. I know there's a lot of people. Hi, I'm Natalie Walker, and I'm here at the Justice for All Ball with one of the honorees, my son. He's also called the General, and I want him to tell us why you're called the General.
It's a nickname that pretty much, from as a youngster from playing basketball, I was always the point guard, and and I had the ability, to dictate the tempo and control the team. So one of my friends nicknamed me the General, and it just stuck with me.
Many of you might not know him, you might know him, but if you don't, I would suggest that you follow him on Instagram and all of his pages and everything. Very conscious. He says that he's woke AF. I'm going to say it that way. And he is. And I'm just so grateful that we do have these wonderful black men that are here for us, and they're trying to make things better. And he's a soldier. I know that much. And he says that he works for the people. Is that correct?
Amen. Amen.
Now, you just came back from somewhere. Did you want to share a little of that?
I just came back from Israel. I'm pretty much like a pilgrimage, man, and just understanding that what they're dealing with over there is kind of harsh, man. Never seen anything up front that exhibited that level of division and racism. It was kind of shocking for me. So I'm still intaking it all, trying to utilize my platform, my voice, to bring awareness to what's going on over there.
I have to say, with everything going on here, for it to be even worse somewhere else, it's really bad. So we do have to really care about more than just us. But I really do thank you for caring about us. And if I can really quickly, I would like to just talk a little bit about some of your songs that you have out. He has a song out, and it was a remake, and I forgot the name of it.
It's called Nice for What? It's a Drake remake.
Yes, and he talks about protecting black women, and I would like you to talk a little bit more about that.
Well, shout out to Drake first of all, because when I first heard this song, he took one of Lauryn Hill's samples. That was one of my favorite songs, and he remade it. And when I heard it, I immediately loved the beat. I loved what he was talking about. And then just recently, there's a young woman by the name of Shakisha Clemens, who, if you go online, you'll see her being dragged and pretty much assaulted by an officer in a Waffle House. And just feeling outraged, watching this black woman be treated this way, and then not really hearing no outrage from black men. And it disturbed me, because I know how hurt it was, and I know if it was any of our mothers or sisters, we would be outraged. We would probably be in jail. But the fact that it wasn't our own, people just dismissed it, and it was just something that was clickbait, and people tuned in and they said it's messed up. But I didn't hear the outcry that I normally hear when a black man is beaten and assaulted or killed by an officer, and that really disturbed me. And I work with a lot of different women. Tamika Mallory is like a sister to me. Linda Carmen, the woman who orchestrated the Women's March, and these are friends of mine. We always have these conversations about black men and black women and the relation, and at that point it really hit me just how much we're not protecting our woman, how much and then if you look at the film, there's a black man standing there while this is happening to her, and he never even interjects. He doesn't raise his voice. There's nothing, and it's just like, how are we content, how are we okay with that happening to our woman? At some point we lost something somewhere. So I heard that song and heard her saying, "You said you would care for me, care for me." It just clicked in my head like, this is the song to talk about, that situation.
I was going to bring that up. I saw the video, and if you haven't seen it, you should see it. It's disturbing. I cried. I did all kinds of things, and I did look online for where's the outrage, where's somebody talking about us, who's protecting us. So when I saw that you did it, I felt like, okay, somebody is there for us. Somebody's protecting us. Not everybody, but you was telling the brothers. He was giving instructions. If you don't have it, go and listen to it. He was giving instructions to the brothers that, we have to stand together, and really we all have to stand together. I believe that women have to stop putting down black men, and black men need to stop putting down black women, and we need to stand to each other, because we're all with God.
I just want to do my part, man. There's a lot of damage that we all been through. We're dealing with trauma. We're dealing with different levels of things inflicted on us by our oppressor and by this government, and things that we're dealing with that was designed to divide us. So in understanding that, So some of us have to start leading the way to healing.
Right. And if you can't be a leader, be a follower of someone who is doing something positive. I may not be able to go to all the marches. I may not be able to go on the pilgrimage, but I can support you and I can lift you up. And we need to do that for each other. Like I said, if you don't have money, if you can't do it, listen to his stuff, spread his stuff, and just let people be aware, be woke.
I appreciate that.
Is there anything else you want to say?
I'm just happy to be here, man. It's a beautiful night, seeing all these beautiful people, being able to be honored for something that you just doing the right thing. It's beautiful, man.
That is a beautiful thing. Thank you so much. I would talk to him all day, but I think he has to go. But thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I really would talk to you all the time. And if we can, yes. Hi, I'm Natalie Walker. I'm here with Gloria Middleton. Thank you so much for coming. Can you please introduce yourself and tell us who you're with?
I'm Gloria Middleton. As you said, I'm the newly elected president of CWA Local 1180, the first woman and the first African American woman to be elected to that local in that position.
Look at that, the first. Isn't that beautiful? We have so much to be thankful for. Can you tell us a little bit about your duties?
As president of labor union, we do some of everything. First and foremost, represent our members in the workplace. Secondly, we are part of the civil rights movement. We are part of the immigration movement. We're part of the women's rights movement. We do some of everything. My passion is civil rights. I grew up in Harlem. I have seen the change in Harlem, and I look forward in this capacity to be able to help all people, as well as minorities and women and people of color.
A little bit of a silly question, but please tell us how it feels to be one of the honorees of the Justice for All Ball.
It is surreal. Having grown up in Harlem and being in this historical place where I came to as a child, to a library that was small and big in my eyes as a child, and see it grow to this historical place and to now be honored in this place, I can't begin to tell you how it feels.
It's a beautiful thing, and they say that you won't be honored in your own town. So that's a beautiful thing. Thank you so much. You're being called in a lot of directions. So I'm going to let her go, but thank you so much, and we'll talk. Freedom Riders, could you please tell us more about yourself and just talk to us?
Well, as you say, I was one of the original Freedom Riders in 1961, and for the last 50 years, since 1967, I've worked in East Harlem and the South Bronx, and am the executive director of an organization that works with young people in East Harlem and the South Bronx and Harlem called SCAN. We run 11 community centers for young people, and I'm thrilled to be here tonight to support the Black Institute.
I'm thrilled to have him. As someone who wasn't even born then, I read about it, I see the history, and I'm just so grateful. I wouldn't be here without you, so I am so grateful. Thank you so much.
I want to say one thing, though. Everyone talks about how wonderful things have been because of us. It's not true. We stood up for what was right, but at this point in our nation's history, our young people are being abused more than ever, and it's time for us to stand up again. So I hope tonight we reinitiate both an understanding of what is being done to our young people in the inner city throughout America, and really create the same spirit we had back in the 60s and stand up again.
Yes, as someone who feels the same way, thank you so much for that. And you are our example of what we need to be. So everyone, please learn your history, and it is repeating itself, so we can take some of the same tools that you did. It worked, and so we just need to keep doing it. So thank you again.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm Natalie Walker. I'm here with Cynthia Nixon, and we know her from a special show, and I'll let her talk about that. But she's talking about other things. So I want you to introduce yourself and tell us why you're here at the Justice for All Ball and anything that you have to say.
Sure. So I'm Cynthia Nixon, and I am from Sex and the City, but I'm also running for governor of New York State. Because I love New York. I'm a lifelong New Yorker, but I think we could do so much better in terms of education and housing and racial and economic justice here. And I'm I go way back with Bertha Lewis, who runs the Black Institute, and if it wasn't for Bertha, I wouldn't be running for governor now because she's the first person who approached me about it 8 years ago.
Oh, wow, that is beautiful. That's beautiful. So we have a cosign here. Thank you so much for coming out. Is there anything else you want to say?
No, just, I'm looking for everybody to support, and if you're more interested in learning more, go to CynthiaForNewYork.com and read about why I'm running.
Thank you so much. That's CynthiaForNewYork.com. Thank you.
Thanks
Thank you
much.
for insight.